will be making one of my all-time favorite products from Lush. It's the Melting Snowman, and they usually have it out only during the Christmas season, and I'm going to show you how to recreate it. So let's get started. The ingredients you will need today are an essential oil. I am using gingerbread, a jojoba oil, vitamin E oil, cream of tartar. Generally, this recipe calls for citric acid. I tend not to use citric acid because it irritates my eyes and your hands, and it also, you have to wear a mask and glove. So if you ever see a recipe that has citric acid and you don't want to use it, just substitute cream of tartar. Just remember that you only need half of what the recipe calls for the cream of tartar. Baking soda, shea butter. The utensils you will need are a big bowl, an airtight container to put the final product in, wax paper, so if you want to move your snowman or keep your surface clean, that's a good idea, a spatula, a spoon, measuring spoons, and I have glass measuring cups that I could put in the microwave. I have two, you really only need one. I have my large mixing bowl and a sieve. I'm going to be putting all of my dry ingredients into the mixing bowl, but I'm going to put them through the sieve first to get all the clumps out. It'll make it easier when you are trying to knead the dough. I'm going to put in the baking soda first, and I'm just going to work it through. And there are a lot of clumps, so I'm just going to work it through until I get all of this through the sieve, and it's becoming a much finer product in the bowl. And there's like clumps here, and I'm just going to work that through the sieve. Oh, it turned out well. The next thing I'm going to put in is the cream of tartar. And this is going in much more easier than the baking soda. It doesn't have as many clumps, but we don't want any clumps at all. That's good. And I'm going to thoroughly mix them together so it's evenly distributed. So it's become like a really fine powder. I'll give you a closer shot. Next, I'm going to put all the liquids in a small bowl. First, I'm going to add the jojoba oil. We will need 1 ounce, which is equivalent to 1 tablespoon. So I'm putting in the liquids that I don't have to melt first. That's 1 tablespoon. And then the next liquid that I don't have to melt is the vitamin E oil. Next, I will add the shea butter. I'm going to melt it in the microwave in 30-second increments until it's complete liquid. Then I will use a tablespoon to add it to my liquid that I had before. This is what the shea butter looks like after I melted it for 1.5 minutes. I put it in the microwave. I put it in the microwave on for 30 seconds. Took it out, mixed it with a spoon, and if there were still some clumps, I put it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds and repeated it until it was completely melted. So use your spatula to mix the liquids and the powders together, because you really don't know how hot this is, and I don't want you burning yourself. So what you want is a consistency that's more like cookie batter. I think mine right now is a little dry, so I'm going to add some more jojoba oil, and I'm going to add more vitamin E oil. And this is the vitamin E oil. So let's mix that again. And I will be back after I continue mixing this. So I had mixed this mixture of the powders and the liquids with a spatula, and then when I realized that it was cool, I decided to put my hands in it and really try to mix everything together. And right now it has the consistency of cookie dough. And that's the consistency that you want. So I think this is good. The next step, and I had this already done because my hands are a little messy. I have my Tupperware or any airtight container, and I put the wax paper in it. It's always good to do this because after you've made your snowmen, you don't want to move them. You want to put them straight in the airtight container and the wax paper. So the first step is to take some in your hand to make the bottom part of the snowman. So you can tell when your mixture is ready because it's moldable. If it's too dry, it'll fall apart. If it's too wet, it'll ooze through your hand. So this is a good texture. And so I'm flattening it out, and I'm gonna make a little round part for the body where it acts like, you know, he melted. And then I'm gonna make another notch here, one for his legs, one for his hand, one for his other hand, and one for his other hand and leg. So you should have a body, 2 legs, and 2 hands. So what I would immediately do is put it in your airtight container that I've lined with wax paper, so it could dry there, because to move it is pretty hard. Then I'm going to take another scoopful, it's about as big as my hand, and I'm going to make a round ball, and this will be the snowman's head. Try to make it as round and as perfect as you can. Okay, and I'm going to come back and show you how it looks when I add the eyes and the nose. I'll be right back. So I've rolled out the melted body and the head, and if I were not going to show this on a video, I would go ahead and finish that process until all of my mixture was gone, and then I would put the candy in because your hands get really dirty. But I'll show you what I'm going to do. Let's pretend I rolled out all the other snowman, and I'm going to put in 2 chocolate chips for his eyes. It's so cute. I love it. You can also use the mini ones. These are more the regular size. This is his nose. I'm putting it in a little bit because it's sort of big. Oh, that's cute. And then I'm going to put 3 more on his body. Maybe I'll do 4. I'll just do 3. I guess this represents the buttons that are usually on a snowman. I'm going to go ahead and do 4. And then that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to finish making the rest of my snowmen. I'm going to seal the airtight container, and then I'm going to keep them in the refrigerator overnight so they harden. So the recipe we made yielded 5 of the melting snowmen, and we ended up putting them in this airtight container in the refrigerator overnight. We did test some of them in the bathtub, and it made the water very, not too oily, but like a silky feeling. My kids did take a bath in it, and their skin was very soft, and they had a great scent. So I really recommend doing this recipe. And these would make great Christmas gifts, Hanukkah gifts, any kind of gifts, or end of year gifts for your teacher. Just wrap them maybe in those clear cellophane bags so they don't dry out, and then put like a bow on it, and that would make a little great gift for anybody, your neighbors, friends. Anyways, I really had fun making this. It is so adorable. It looks wonderful. It's so cute. You almost want to eat it, but don't. Anyways, I enjoyed it. Take care.